Hello, my friends. Welcome to my spiritual sanctuary. My name is Sandra, and I want to welcome you. I want to welcome everyone here today to Feng Shui Friday. I hope everybody is having a wonderful start of the weekend. And let's see, we have had the eclipse, the solar eclipse yesterday, combined with the Gemini new moon. So lots of planetary changes. How is everybody feeling out there right now? I hope everybody is feeling excellent, okay? Because this is a time of major shifts and changes with all these planetary aspects. And with even though we can't see the solar eclipse, and I was out at the beach yesterday here in Florida, hoping that I would catch a glimpse of maybe even a partial eclipse, but not here. So even though we can't see it, it does not mean that it's not happening to us on an energetic level. So just know that it can affect us for up to 6 months. And now that we are moving into the Gemini new moon energy, and we are still in the Mercury retrograde until the 22nd of June, there's a lot of planetary stuff shifting and changing out there. So I thought what I would talk about today real briefly is about crystals. Crystals can be a great conductor of energy during this time, and they represent a very powerful grounding energy. So if you're having trouble grounding or trying to get your emotions in check, or you're trying to clear your energy, or you're looking for some type of a protection in your space because of negative energies or negative situations, crystals are always a great tool to put into your Feng Shui design. So people always ask me when I go out on consultations, Sandra, where should I be putting my crystals? I've got them all in one place and I just don't know where to put them. So I thought that's what I would talk about today, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around the Bagua and I'll just show you what I would suggest for each area. It's up to you if you want to buy the crystal for that area, or you may already have a crystal for that area. There's some really good books and tools out there that can help you. Here's the crystal guide. This is something I bought like 20 years ago that helps you to kind of find out what the definitive properties are of each crystal. But what's important about crystals is that each crystal is unique to the person that has it in their possession. So it's important that when you go to purchase a crystal or somebody gives you a crystal, that you acknowledge the crystal and you ask the crystal if it wants to come home with you, if it is going to be a good positive precursor in your life. So I always ask my crystals, do you want to come home with me and be a part of my life and help me in my growth and evolution? And if you have a pendulum, it's always helpful to douse it and get your yes or no when you're considering getting a crystal. And maybe I'll do a whole video on dowsing, because people sometimes are having trouble with how do I douse, what do I do? And so I will do a video on that for you guys, because I use it quite often in determining a yes or no answer. So what I would do is, I think what I'll do is show you here. I have my, this is my trusty pendulum that's wrapped around here. So this is a pendulum, and it's a, this one happens to be, the purple abundance crystal, amethyst, I'm sorry. Boy, my mind just went blank there for a minute. Amethyst crystal. And so first you clear your pendulum out, and then you ask it to show you what a yes answer is. And so for me, that's directly up and down. And then for a no answer, it's this way. And if it just completely stops, it's telling you that it's not time for you to ask the question. So you might want to use that over your crystals when you're deciding on what crystals to place in what areas, and if you should be purchasing a crystal to begin with. So amethyst crystals are beautiful, and that's why I use mine as a pendulum, because they represent so many different properties that you can't go wrong with a purple amethyst pendulum or a crystal. But when we move around the Bagua, let's start in the southeast area, which is the wealth, prosperity, abundance area. Amethyst is the stone for that area, and so I have a lot of amethyst crystals that I do place. Sorry that I have the table kind of shaking. The amethyst is the energetic crystal for the wealth, prosperity, and abundance area. Now, the amethyst crystal can be purple, but it can also be rough in its amethyst crystal. It could be like this as well as an amethyst. The old tale with this crystal is that these types of crystals were kept in stores in the 1800s, actually, long time ago. It's in their history that most merchants, when they would open up a store and they had a cash register, they used to keep these, the rough amethyst crystals, in their cash boxes to allow it to bring in the energy for customers and bring money and prosperity into their space. So just to note, if you have a business there, you have a cash register or some type of a money, cash box, then this is a great crystal for that. And it's, in the southeast sector of the Bagua, the wealth, prosperity, abundance area is great for that. Now, in the south is the fame, reputation, enlightenment area, and typically I use red crystals in that area. And my red crystal I put in my car for traveling because my car is red and it matches my car. So you might want to find something in red, a red crystal, or some type of a faceted crystal, but you can also use a generic clear crystal as well, like this one, and put that in the fame, reputation, enlightenment area. And of course, you can always use the amethyst as well. The amethyst crystal is always good for that area as well. Okay. Now, when we are moving along, we'll go to the southwest corner of the Bagua, is the marriage and relationship area. And then we want to use a rose quartz crystal. That is for love, compassion, and for everything connected with love and compassion. So I oftentimes will recommend a rose quartz in the southwest corner of your home or dwelling to bring in love energy into the space. But of course, you can also use this in the fame, reputation, enlightenment area, or the southeast wealth, prosperity, abundance area as well. Okay, but specifically rose quartz I like for the southwest sector. Now in the west, we have the creativity and children area. And so what I like to keep in the in the creativity center is a crystal like this, which is a smoky quartz. And it's multifaceted, so it gives me the illusion of being creative, okay? And it also represents the smoky quartz is a good clearing energy for children, because you know how they're always getting colds and flus, or they're always around other children and possibly fighting over their toys and things like that. This smoky quartz clears that energy so that they can be more at peace. So I like this for several different reasons in the smoky quartz. Now, Oh, again, here I wanted to show you an example of rose quartz for the Southwest. Is a bracelet my mother made me and before she passed. And you can also have bracelets, earrings, and that kind of thing that you can wear to offset and encourage the energy as well. When we are moving into the Northwest, that is the helpful people travel benefactors area, and that's people coming in to help you in your life, right? So of course the amethyst crystal is good for that. Everything that I've already gone over is good for that, in addition to anything metallic. So this is something, I bought this crystal, it's a rainbow crystal, and I bought this one in Sedona when I was there specifically for my helpful people travel area, because it reminded me of metal, and metal is the element for that area. And it also reminded me of people of all colors, shapes, and sizes coming in to help me to move my life forward. And metal is the element for discipline. It's the element for the lungs. So it's good for breath work and traveling, not only with our 3D physical body, but also traveling through time and space. So when I do astral travel, or I spend a lot of time in the 5D with my deceased loved ones and God, the angels and guardians, this is a good crystal because it allows me to have that breathing energy and be able to breathe in the energy of the consciousness of the 5D. So I like that one for that area. But of course, all of them are going to be good. Now, when we move into the north, that we're moving into the life path career area. And so when I take a look at what crystals I like there, this is a smoky quartz celestial crystal, and it's very old. It comes from Brazil. And I bought this one from a friend of mine specifically for my career and life path area. And I asked it through the dowsing tool, would you like to help me to further my careers and my life path forward? And the crystal agreed to come in and help me with whatever I needed, because it carries the energy of the Akashic records. So it carries with it the wisdom of the ages. And so if I am confused about a path that I'm taking, or I need some wisdom as far as my life path or career area, I sit with this crystal, and it allows me to bring in the energy of the Akashic records, and it allows me to bring in the ancient wisdom of other worlds, the 5D world, and to connect with my starseed planet of Orion. So that's helps me get in touch with my home planet, my home constellation. And we all have that. Some of us know what that is, and some of us don't. So if you're curious, then get a coaching session with me and I'll help you with that. All right. Moving right along. So we're going to move into the northeast sector, which is the wisdom and the education, the self-cultivation area. And what I love is a tree of life in that area. And as you can see, it has several different crystal types on here, and quartz and jade and all different kinds. And so it gives me that 5 element breath of fresh air. So it carries all the elements with me. It's got the base of the quartz crystal, and it illuminates the energy for my self-cultivation and the tree of life. As we know, if you've studied the tree of life at all, you'll know that we start at the crown and we work our way down, and each level of the tree is a certain meaning in your life. And so I work with that energy, specifically with the element of the crystals, so that I cover all areas, so that everything that I'm bringing forth into my education, my wisdom, and my self-cultivation is for my highest good and brings in all levels, so that I have a complete understanding of who I am and where I'm going and how I'm to get there, okay? So this is also a wonderful tool, crystals, and you've seen these trees. If you are looking to purchase one of these, then just send me an email and I can help you find one. I also have another one that's all amethyst, and it has a base of amethyst crystal as well. And so this one would be perfect for the wealth, prosperity, abundance area, but really any area, because the wealth the abundance of properties with the amethyst crystal is just tremendous. Now, when we talk about the East, I would like to share this jade crystal. Now, this is a necklace that I wear, and it represents the family ancestors area in the East. And so the jade is, and I also have a ring that's jade as well. Because for me, it represents family, it represents my ancestors, and brings in the energy of the growth of green, the green heart. Our heart chakra is green, and it brings in the color for healing of family. So jade, and then I can tell you more here. We've got in this little book, it generates divine unconditional love. It assists one in being in touch with one's desires and building the bridges to create dreams into reality. The emotional aspect of jade is one that assists in attuning the physical body with earth, provides for a healthy expression of self-confidence, self-reliance, and self-sufficiency. And the physical aspect, it assists one in being in touch with the bodies needed to rest and rejuvenate in order to open to spiritual guidance and dream input. It cleanses the blood and removes toxins. So it makes an excellent necklace to wear that around. But also, they do come in these trees as well, so you can get that. And jade, you can buy jade, just buy a jade crystal as well. So I would highly recommend jade in the East, and it helps in all areas, and it's just a beautiful stone, as you can see. Okay, so that we have the center left, and the center is the health area. It's the overall well-being. So any of these crystals are going to be great in that area, any of them. They're all fine. And so it's just, what is it that you love that creates vibrancy in your home and in your health? And that's only up to you. But you can find the right crystal for you by just going into a crystal store and looking at the crystals and and find one that just jumps out at you, and it's just screaming, take me home, take me home, take me home. And then you'll know that's the one for you. And don't forget to ask it, and you'll get your answer. You can use kinesiology with that as well. So muscle testing, you just hold the crystal in your hand, and you can just, once you hold it in your hand, and then you can press down. If your hand goes right down or your arm goes right down, it's weakening you. But if you find that muscle is strong when you're holding that crystal in your hand, then you know that's the one that's going to strengthen you. So it's a really fun exercise. So that's a little bit about crystals and a little more than that. So I just wanted to share that with you today. I'm off going to a yin yoga teacher training, so I will be starting to teach yin yoga soon. Stay tuned for that. And if you are looking to get a reading, astrology or Feng Shui, or you have any questions about crystals or your bagua and where to place your crystals, then I am always available. Just email me at myspiritualsanctuaryinfo@gmail.com, and here is my website, myspiritualsanctuary.com. You can go on there and put your name into the email list, opt in with name and email, and then you'll be on my mailing list to receive all my new things that are coming up for the coming year ahead. We're only 6 months into the year. We have another 6 months to go of exciting things. So stay tuned, and wishing everyone a wonderful weekend, a week ahead, and balance yourself out with all of these planetary aspects we've got coming up. And just know that things will settle down in a couple weeks. Just stay balanced. Keep your emotional balance at all times, and you'll be fine. And do it. Make sure you're taking care of yourself in all ways, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And you'll be in good hands when things start to calm down a little bit after the 22nd, when Mercury goes back direct. Okay, so I'm wishing everyone a wonderful week ahead. Until we meet again, namaste, my friends.